Welcome to Hero Villains. Today we will explore together two of the craziest and most terrifying entities, Steppenwolf vs Ronan, the Accuser, the battle between the General of Apokolips and the Supreme Accuser of the Kree. The comic book universe is an endless battlefield of gods, empires, and conquerors. On one side is the Supreme Commander of the Apokolips Army, the uncle of Darkseid himself, the one who survived an encounter with Doomsday and led countless invasions across the multiverse, Steppenwolf. On the other side is the Supreme Accuser of the Kree Empire, the one who wields a weapon capable of manipulating matter and gravity itself, the one who personally executed the Supreme Intelligence, Ronan the Accuser. Steppenwolf brings the divine power of an immortal new god, millennia of combat experience, and an electro-axe capable of cleaving through any armor. Ronan brings advanced Kree armor, tactical genius intellect, and above all the universal weapon, the Warhammer with the power to manipulate molecular matter. When the General of Darkseid faces the Accuser of the Kree Empire, who will be the last one standing? In the DC universe, there is a hellish planet named Apokolips, the kingdom of the tyrant Darkseid. And within that ruthless war machine, there is a warrior who has existed for hundreds of thousands of years, a general who has led countless conquests and massacres across the galaxies. That is Steppenwolf, the brother of Hegra, meaning he is the uncle of Darkseid. Born a new god, the race of new gods in the DC universe, Steppenwolf possesses strength far beyond any mortal being. He is not just a warrior. He is the Supreme Commander of the Apokolips Army, a core member of Darkseid's elite, the group of the most elite warriors serving directly under Darkseid's banner. But what makes Steppenwolf truly terrifying lies not only in his position, but in what he has endured. Imagine facing Doomsday, the monster that once killed Superman, and surviving. 245,000 years ago, Steppenwolf was there, on the planet Bylon 5, when Doomsday attacked and tore Master Mayhem apart right before his eyes. While Darkseid was consumed by rage and wanted to engage directly, Steppenwolf was the one who kept his composure, realizing that the entire planet had been destroyed, and teleported Darkseid out of the danger zone in time. That event reveals the true nature of Steppenwolf. He is not just a butcher, but also a veteran strategist, one who can remain calm even in the face of the most horrifying threats. He has served Apokolips for hundreds of thousands of years, leading giant dog cavalry to slaughter across worlds. Steppenwolf is not the strongest being in the DC universe, but he is one of the most experienced warriors, a war machine forged through thousands of battles, and an immortal new god whom even death could not stop. He was once killed by Highfather for revenge, but was later resurrected by Apokolipsian technology. As a new god, Steppenwolf possesses power far beyond all standards. And now, let us dissect the terrifying skill set of this general. Steppenwolf possesses colossal superhuman strength, capable of lifting about 100 tons and performing massive leaps with ease. He has faced the strongest heroes of the Justice League, including Superman and the Flash, in fierce battles. Steppenwolf is immortal and possesses extraordinary durability. His battle armor further enhances his endurance, allowing him to resist most physical and energy attacks. He survived the encounter with Doomsday, the creature that killed Superman, and continued to fight for hundreds of thousands of years. Steppenwolf's primary weapon is the electro-axe, a nearly indestructible axe capable of cutting through any armor and unleashing destructive bolts of electricity. In addition, he also uses a cable snare, a type of trap wire that can capture opponents and fire deadly radiant blasts. He is a master swordsman and a formidable close-quarters combatant forged through hundreds of battles. As the Supreme Commander of the Apokolips Army, Steppenwolf is a seasoned military leader. He does not just fight with muscle. He knows how to command troops, organize invasions, and make precise tactical decisions in the nick of time. Steppenwolf has claimed to have conquered more than 100,000 planets throughout his career. Although this number has not been fully verified in canon, its scale implies he has faced countless advanced civilizations and still stood tall. In the Snyder Cut, a flashback shows Steppenwolf leading the invasion of ancient Earth, where he faced simultaneously the Atlanteans, the Amazons, the Olympian gods, and even Oa's Green Lantern. He was not defeated by individual power, but by collective force, and that speaks volumes. In the Whedon cut of Justice League, Steppenwolf repeatedly pushed back the resurrected Superman, though Superman was not at his peak state. This is still a remarkable feat for any warrior. Collecting and uniting the three mother boxes required not only strength, but also unwavering will against all resistance. Steppenwolf overcame Atlantis, Themyscira, and STAR Labs, three of the most protected locations on Earth. Wonder Woman, a goddess trained since the dawn of time, could not take down Steppenwolf with direct force. She had to use tactics and the help of her teammates. Steppenwolf has a fatal weakness that is not physical. He fears failure. Not death, but failure. When his nanotech armor was stripped away by Superman, the expression on his face was not physical pain, but the shattering of his faith. He knew that if he failed this time, Darkseid would never forgive him. This makes Steppenwolf a more deeply tragic character than a mere villain. He is strong, but that strength is fueled by fear, and that is always the most fragile foundation. I really hope you subscribe to the channel. That would help us a lot, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you very much. If Steppenwolf is fire burning fiercely, endlessly consuming, then Ronan is ice. Cold, unchanging, and deadly in a completely different way. Ronan was born into a Kree family with a tradition of serving the Empire. His father, his grandfather, all were loyal warriors of the Kree Empire. When Xandar and the Kree signed a peace treaty, Ronan refused to accept it. To him, the peace treaty was not diplomacy, it was betrayal. Thousands of years of war, millions of Kree lives had fallen. The Kree Empire is one of the most powerful and ancient military civilizations. And within that ruling apparatus, there is a supreme position reserved for those who enforce the justice and judgment of the Empire, the Accuser Corps. And the one who leads that corps, the one appointed by the Supreme Intelligence itself as the Supreme Accuser of the Kree Empire, is Ronan the Accuser. Born on the planet Hala, the capital of the Kree Empire, Ronan joined the Accuser Corps and quickly rose through the ranks thanks to his intellect, strength, and absolute loyalty. He became the third most powerful being in the entire Kree Empire, second only to the Supreme Intelligence. Appointed as Supreme Accuser, Ronan became the embodiment of Kree law. Judge, accuser, and executioner. But Ronan is not just a magistrate. He is a warrior who has faced the strongest hero teams on Earth, including the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the Guardians of the Galaxy. He has participated in the most brutal cosmic wars, including the Kree-Skrull War, the Annihilation War, and the war against the Phalanx. The pinnacle of Ronan's career came when he became the ruler of the Kree Empire after personally executing the Supreme Intelligence in an act that was both judgment and mercy. He fought against the Annihilation Wave, faced Black Dwarf of the Black Order, and destroyed him. Ronan is the embodiment of Kree military might, disciplined, ruthless, and absolutely uncompromising. Ronan is the perfect combination of the physical strength of the Kree race, the advanced technology of the Empire, and the destructive power of the legendary universal weapon. As a Kree warrior in peak physical condition, Ronan possesses superhuman strength, speed, endurance, and reflexes far beyond humans. Kree physiology also grants him immunity to poisons, toxins, and diseases. Ronan's combat armor not only protects him from attacks, it also significantly enhances his physical attributes, has the ability to generate invisibility fields, and the gauntlets of the armor can fire cosmic energy blasts or create extreme cold temperatures to freeze opponents into a state of suspended animation. Ronan possesses a genius strategic mind, which allowed him to rise to the highest position in the Kree Empire. He has profound knowledge of all matters relating to Kree law, and is proficient in using the advanced technology of his race, the universal weapon, the trump card. This is what truly makes Ronan a cosmic level threat. The universal weapon is a warhammer capable of absorbing and projecting cosmic energy, manipulating matter, creating force fields, controlling gravity, and generating time-motion displacement fields. It also allows for interstellar teleportation, creating hyperspace passageways and flight. The universal weapon is one of the most powerful technological weapons in the universe. Ronan. When holding the Power Stone, one of the 6 Infinity Stones, each powerful enough to wipe out a planet, Ronan not only survived, but fully controlled it. For comparison, Thanos, with the full Infinity Gauntlet, still felt strain when using them. Ronan, with only his Cosmi Rod, absorbed the Power Stone and prepared to use it to annihilate the entire planet Xandar. This places him in the small group of beings in the Marvel Universe who can directly interact with an Infinity Stone without turning to ash. Ronan is unshakable. Not by pain, not by persuasion, not by fear. He stood tall when the entire Guardians of the Galaxy team attacked him simultaneously and was only stopped by a silly trick no one expected, Star-Lord's dance. Even in defeat, he did not flinch. As mentioned, this is Ronan's pinnacle feat. The Power Stone has the ability to wipe out a planet with direct contact. The fact that Ronan not only touched it, but integrated it into his Cosmi Rod and still maintained enough consciousness to walk and declare he would destroy Xandar, this shows his willpower and physicality far exceed normal standards. Rocket, Gamora, Drax, Star-Lord, and Groot all attacked Ronan together. Ronan not only did not fall, but counterattacked effectively, swatting them away one by one. Only when the Power Stone left his hand, thanks to Star-Lord's distraction, did the tide turn. In the battle in outer space, Ronan destroyed Nova Corps warriors with just a few swings of his Cosmi Rod ships and warriors equipped to handle cosmic-level threats. Ronan set conditions with Thanos, not begging setting conditions. He told Thanos directly that after completing his task, he would use the Power Stone to destroy Thanos himself, and Thanos did not kill him on the spot, which shows even the Mad Titan had to calculate when dealing with Ronan. Before appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan had endured centuries of continuous conflict between the Kree and the Skrulls, a total war between 2 advanced civilizations. That he not only survived but climbed to the position of Supreme Accuser speaks to his true capability. Ronan has a weakness he would never admit. He is blinded by conviction. He is so certain of his mission that he sometimes overlooks critical signals. In the final battle with the Guardians, he was distracted by Star-Lord's ridiculous trick and lost focus long enough to lose. This does not negate his strength, but it shows that Ronan is strongest when he has nothing to lose and weakest when forced to react to things outside his plan. This is a confrontation between the primal divine power of a new god and the technological disciplinary might of the Kree civilization. Steppenwolf has the advantage in pure strength, with the ability to lift 100 tons and the durability of an immortal new god. Ronan also possesses superhuman strength enhanced by his armor, but in terms of raw power, Steppenwolf edges ahead. However, Ronan has the advantage in resistance to toxins and diseases thanks to Kree physiology. Both are veteran warriors. Steppenwolf has fought for 245,000 years, surviving an encounter with Doomsday. Ronan has participated in the largest cosmic wars in Marvel, including Annihilation, War of Kings, and once destroyed Black Dwarf of the Black Order. This is a balance, but the sheer span of Steppenwolf's timeline is undeniable. Steppenwolf's electro-axe is a formidable melee weapon, and the cable snare with radiant blasts is a dangerous wildcard. But Ronan's universal weapon operates on an entirely different level. The ability to manipulate matter, control gravity, and generate time displacement fields are capabilities Steppenwolf has never had to face. Steppenwolf could use the cable snare to trap Ronan and fire radiant blasts. But Ronan can use the universal weapon to create force fields to block attacks, or even manipulate gravity to neutralize Steppenwolf's movement. More importantly, the time motion displacement field of the universal weapon could slow down or freeze Steppenwolf in the time stream, a tactic that even an immortal new god would struggle to counter without preparation. Steppenwolf is a brutal war machine, but Ronan holds in his hands one of the most versatile and multifunctional technological weapons ever created. The universal weapon gives Ronan the ability to control the battlefield in ways the electro-axe cannot match. This is a fierce battle between two top-tier warriors from two universes. Steppenwolf is the embodiment of primal divine strength, an immortal new god who has survived the most terrifying threats in DC. He will charge into battle with all the brutality of Apokolips, and his electro-axe will be a real threat to any opponent. However, Ronan the Accuser wins. The reason lies in the difference in weaponry and power scope. Steppenwolf is an exceptional melee combatant, but he lacks the ability to deal with the diverse capabilities the universal weapon provides. Ronan's ability to manipulate gravity, create force fields, and especially the time displacement fields will allow him to control the pace of the fight and neutralize Steppenwolf's close quarters advantage, considering this is not an easy victory. Steppenwolf will inflict significant damage and push Ronan to his limits, but ultimately, the universal weapon, one of the most advanced technological weapons in the Marvel Universe, will be the deciding factor. Ronan will use it to lock down Steppenwolf's movement, bend the gravity around him, and finish the fight with a devastating cosmic energy blast. Steppenwolf is the god of war, but Ronan is the judge, jury, and executioner of a galactic empire. And in this duel, the verdict is clear. And that is our analysis of the battle between the General of Apokolips and the Supreme Accuser of the Kree. Ronan the Accuser has proven that the technology and discipline of the Kree Empire can stand against even the divine power of the new gods. But what do you think? Could Steppenwolf's 245,000 years of experience and immortal strength help him overcome the reality-manipulating powers of the universal weapon? Or would the electro-axe of Apokolips find a way to pierce Ronan's force field before it is too late? If Steppenwolf brought his dog cavalry, would the situation change? Let us know your opinion by commenting down below. If you enjoy epic showdowns between cosmic warriors, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And remember to follow us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next epic battles.